the main thing, and that's keep it very easy for your outside sales reps to engage with your customers in a face-to-face manner. So as we go through these different features and functions, vet the way that you have your account set up or the way that you're planning on setting up your account to make it easy for your reps to engage with your customers in a face-to-face manner. So that said, part of making it easy to do that is knowing the features and functions within Map My Customers. And again, today we're focusing on the Lasso tool. There's a bunch of different use cases as to why you would want to deploy the Lasso tool or leverage the Lasso tool. I'm going to go through a handful of them and ultimately make sure you're vetting it again through the lens of how is this applicable to see the right accounts at the right time and to make our reps more efficient and productive while in the field. So standard use case we'll start with is just a route. So I'll zoom in to the top right. Lasso tool on mobile is always found underneath the wrench. Lasso is at the top. I select the Lasso tool and I lasso the accounts that I want. I'm going to click add to route in this case. And now I'm going to, so one, you'll see that I can add them to existing routes if I needed to, but in this case, I'm just going to click a new route. So I'll call this Mary's, how about Mary's Friday route? When you hit the bullseye or the crosshairs on the right, it takes your existing location where you're building the route from. I click build route. I'm going to go from my house to my house. And the Lasso tool quickly enables you to create routes in the most efficient way possible for mileage and time. So that's Lasso tool for creating a route. Let me do a different example specifically for routes. There, if I was going to come in, I'm going to go back to the Lasso tool because I need to see a whole chunk of accounts right in the center of my territory. I'm going to grab the Lasso tool at the top. I'm going to circle all of these. This time, before I go and create a route, you can view the selected pins, the lassoed pins. When I pull that up, my goal here is just to make sure, do I have any of these selected accounts, of these lassoed accounts, already in an existing route? And I think the only one that I have is my very top one. It's already on Trey's route, my Snotherly insurance account. So I can just deselect that, click done, and create a route that way also. And Kim and Justin, if I go too fast on this and I'm missing key functionality, please interrupt me and say, whoa, stop. Am I missing anything on that? Is that a good use case?
Yeah, I like the view selected pins too ahead of the route. So like you did a really good example, JT, like, oh, I just want to spend time in the center of my territory today. But if you go to that view selected pins and let's say they're all insurance agencies, but then you have like a random like AC guy in there, it's like, okay, maybe I don't want to see necessarily that account today. So you can kind of like remove them from your route too, just to keep it all consistent.
Yep, very easily done there. So I've weaved in some additional things of like where Lasso can be leveraged and utilized as well as even after you filter. So the example I have is you'll see some orange pins on my map, and I'm gearing up in my world of make believe as a rep in Raleigh as an outside rep. These are going to be my flooring accounts that I'm going to go target a bunch of flooring accounts. And so I created a quick filter called flooring prospects. And I'm going to focus just on these flooring prospects now. And so one, I can clearly lasso and create a route to go and see these specific 8 accounts. Or I can also use the lasso again. And now I'm going to create a group. I've got a quick filter called flooring prospects, but I'm going to create a group for these. Again, I can add them to an existing group or create a new group. And the only reason I'm showing this with Lasso tool is I can now set these specific target accounts in this flooring prospect group to a specific cadence. So maybe I'm going to keep them at orange, but I'm going to set a specific cadence in days, and I want to see every one of these accounts every 30 days. And then in this specific scenario, I can type in what, or select what constitutes satisfying that cadence. And think of that as a cadence of how frequently do I want to touch this account to make sure that I'm building, nurturing, and educating a relationship that can ultimately, hopefully, lead to a partnership. So maybe only face-to-face visits, meetings, lunches, dinners count. If it's an activity that is not a visit, meeting, lunch, or a dinner, it won't count as satisfying that cadence. So just by the Lasso tool, I can set up specific groups that I can leverage. Oh, I've got another required field. Which one? Oh, name. That's good. Flooring prospects. And there we go. Kim, Justin, Mary, anything with a lasso on groups there? Did Mo?
Doing good.
Yeah, it was great.
Kim, anything on mobile lassoing, or should I go to web? Is there anything else?
No, I think that about covers it. Yeah, I'd say the only other thing to highlight is the delete button. Don't click it.
Oh, wait, what?
If you lasso things up.
Oh, you actually called me out. I needed to do this.
More of a warning.
You mean once you've already lassoed something?
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that inversely of what you're saying. So I'm not going to go to the lasso yet. I'm going to do searching for prospects first. Let me just go print shops. I was doing that yesterday. And I'm just going to go right from Raleigh. I'm looking for increasing my total addressable market. I'm scrubbing it against my known account base. And I'm looking for accounts that I know I'm driving by because all of these plus signs are not in our existing customer base. So it's net new business. So maybe I'm doing this either on web, on my desktop, or maybe I'm at a Panera Bread and I'm looking for all of these nearby. I can go through all of these, and these are going to be fantastic fits for what we're after. Yes, you can select individual accounts, or the lasso tool shows up here. It's in multiple places. So as the rep, you don't want me typing all of these accounts in individually. I can circle my desired, and I can add all 39 of these lassoed target accounts into Map My Customers with the name of the company, address, phone number, and URL without any typing at all. So lassoing for efficiency purposes in that scenario is a great way to increase total addressable market. That specific piece of functionality is obviously dependent on you guys having Lead Finder enabled in your account. Now I think I'm down on the mobile side. Is that right, Kim? Maybe.
Yeah, good to go.
Okay. Let me stop here. And I'm going to go. There. Oh, share screen. So I don't have the normal Zoom border. Are you guys seeing my screen or no?
Yes. Yeah, we got it.
Normally it lets me know that I'm in there. So Lasso from desktop, great for planning, strategically attacking accounts. So one, I think you guys know this. If you've hung out with us before, you're an existing customer, I could come in and maybe I'm the manager of JT the rep, and I want to go to data view first, and I can see specific instances, and I have this broken out across my 54 accounts in Raleigh, who has purchased what, and why the Lasso tool is so valuable in this scenario. I've got specific product line penetration being highlighted here. So walk with me. You're going to have to put this in your own your own scenario or situation. But product A, our most expensive product line. Product C, least expensive, and then product B, kind of middle of the road. Maybe you have gateway products that lead to building upon the relationship. You get your foot in the door, they become a customer, but you want to expand. You want to land and expand within that account and grow it. So this data helps me know where to guide Michael Scott, the rep, in this particular scenario. So maybe I want to come in and say, okay, show me all of the accounts now. If an account has purchased product A, but they have not purchased product B and C, product A is our most expensive. It's really logical for them to have an easy in to go and see these specific 4 accounts that have product A. They're an existing customer. Why have we not cross-sold them with product B and C? So quickly, we could, again, then lasso. Hang on. I should actually probably lasso the accounts that I want. I don't know what happened with my finger there. Hang on. There we go. Now, I could create a route right from this for Michael Scott, my rep. Assign it to them and say, go see these, prime candidate for B and C. You can also bulk edit when lassoing on the web as well. So Kim or Justin, any specific examples come to mind with a bulk edit scenario?
I'd say the most common example that people do is if there is any changing of territories. So if you know that you need to go in and move all the accounts from one person to another, maybe it's, hey, everything in the state of New Hampshire is now actually being covered by a new rep, new city, something like that. Or some other field that you might just have in the system that indicates a sales rep number, a territory. And maybe, you know, Cleveland used to be in your Midwest group, but now it's kind of moving over to your kind of Mid-Atlantic group or Northeast group. You can make those bulk changes on any of the fields that are in the system.
One of the other nice things is that the Lasso tool has a higher limit for bulk edits than the records page at My Customers. The records page only shows 100 at a time, but I can't remember if it's 1,000 or 10,000 for a Lasso tool, but it's definitely higher. So if you know you have more, it's easier to do that than to click through all the pages on the records page.
And it is 1,000, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Other thing that I hear all the time is, JT, when somebody's out for an extended vacation, maternity leave, or anything like, not that maternity leave is a vacation, just to be very clear. I know that it is not. You can change owner just for a brief amount of time. So Michael Scott's going to be out. I can assign these to Dwight or Jim, just like that as well. So maybe it's not just a full permanent change of ownership. Maybe it's a temporary scenario, and it's just very easy to go back and forth then. Any additional use cases for the lasso that I'm missing? Because I think that I covered them all. And any questions from anybody, please feel free to chime in and ask specific about Lasso or anything else.
Nice. No questions yet, but the only other use case I could really think of is if we're doing that flooring prospects and like, you know, you are visiting them every 30 days and like all of them became a lead or an opportunity or something at the same time. You could like bulk add them to a different group, but that's the only other one I could think of.
Yes. Yeah, that would be easy to do as well. Any other use cases? Any of the attendees have any questions?
No questions for now, JT. You did awesome.
All right. I think we're good.
Just a very, very thorough deep dive of the Lasso tool. Way to go.
There we go. We'll stop sharing there.
All right. Well, Kim and Justin, anything to add before we kind of wrap things up here?
Oh, great job, JT. Yeah, I think of the Lasso tool as the Swiss Army knife of Map My Customers. You can do a lot with it.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, thank you guys for attending. JT, thank you as always for being a gracious host and for answering my random icebreaker questions.
Chuck Norris.
Kim and Justin, thank you as always for being here, and we will see you all next week.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye, thanks.